finished both of the Bridgerton books, the first and the second one. I didn't continue on with the series. That's for another video. And when I started this, I wanted to see if the Bridgerton books were good or if they were just cheesy romance novels. And so I am pleased to say that they're actually pretty good. I was really expecting to hate both books, to be completely honest. I thought they were just gonna be garbage, but they're actually great. And I think a lot of the negative reviews have to do with that people expect these books to be more than what they are. They are romantic novels. They're full of romance, grand nostalgia, romance. It doesn't try to be anything more. That it is what it is. Yes, there are a lot of things that the author could have done better. For example, there could have been more people of color, but I've read so many novels written by white women that have no people of color. So she isn't the first author to do this, and she's not going to be the last. Hopefully, because it is 2022 and these books were written in 2000, 2001 era, hopefully now the authors would have learned their lessons. So this is, I think, why when the show came to Netflix in 2020 and the new season just started, that of course they're gonna put people of color because it just made sense. Like, think about it. If they did a whole white cast, there was gonna be a lot of people complaining about it. But I'll give you guys my opinion about the shows a little bit later. So the first book, both books I gave 3 stars on Goodreads because they're not like my favorite novels in the world, but they're good. And they were romantic, and they just made me feel happy. Like, very intense sex scenes, like very graphic sex and love scenes, but again, it's a romance novel. So if you're listening to it as an audiobook, I always say have headphones on because you don't know what if you're like, there's people around, right? It's gonna get a little steamy. So it's good just to listen with headphones on. Now in the first book, The Duke and I, there is controversy over the rape scene. Personally, and this may be my hot take, please do not hate me for this. I didn't read that as a rape scene. But I know technically, yes, she is having sex with someone who couldn't give consent. So I guess technically it's rape, but I didn't get that feeling from it when I read it. I got that there was a power play, which apparently it was supposed to be this power play and this woman empowerment moment, and I think the author honestly just wrote it wrong. The editors didn't catch it at the time. Again, this book was written in 2000, so I think people were just like, not 100% okay. But again, I didn't 100% read it as a rape scene. It should have just been checked a little bit closely by an editor and the writer just write the scene a little bit differently to give the full effect of what she wanted to give. All right. And then, but overall that book, great. Then I just recently finished The Viscount Who Loved Me, and I finished watching season 2 of Bridgerton. There is a lot more sex scenes, love scenes in this book than in season 2. I felt like with season 2, they made it more dramatic than the book was. And I felt like if they stuck with the book, there was some drama in the book, but I felt like if they stuck with it, it would have made a really good season 2. So I was actually a little disappointed in the second season because I just felt like they took out the romance and added more drama. And if they stuck with the book, they could have had something similar to season 1, which was what people, I think, expected. But something that I noticed with the books that the show did a little bit differently was each book is really focused on one kid of the family. And you do meet the other siblings, but they are such background players. But in the show, they are a little bit more prominent. And I imagine they're doing that because, you know, in this day and age, you're not guaranteed seasons. Granted, the show is very popular. So I think they just wanted to get a head start on a lot of people's storylines just in case it doesn't go. Because technically, there's 8 kids, 8 books. So there probably would technically be 8 seasons if we kept going and more because there are prequels to this series. So I feel like the whole Eloise storyline didn't necessarily need to be in the show because it wasn't really big in the book, in the second one. But overall, both books, I gave this one, again, 3. I think the storyline was wonderful. I really like the female character, Kate, because she really had more, she just was very, she came off stern, which I think sometimes a lot of women come off stern, but they really just have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders too. So it's nice to have a different type of female character. What I really hope for the rest of the books, because I again haven't read the rest of the books, something that I would love to see happen in the books, and if it doesn't happen in the future books, maybe the show would take some liberty, would be if one of the sisters or one of the love interests of the brothers that's female is not a virgin. I feel like that whole female virgin trope with the male being very more sexually active, yes, depending on the actor that plays that character, it can be really sexy and really passionate, but it's also like a little, I don't know, a little too cliche. I'm sort of tired of seeing all the women as virgins. Like, they have to be pure, and I don't know. It bothers me, so I would like that to be changed, but who knows? I personally don't think I'm going to see that in the future books. If I read them, I do think they'll probably make that executive decision with the show, because you can't have that every season. People will complain, so like me. All right, so again, I think the Bridgerton books are great romance novels. They are fun. They make you feel good. They're romance novels. There's sex scenes. There's just love, and then there's hate, and then there's love again, and then there's lots of lust, and so it is what it is. And I think people, again, expect these books to be more, or them to be rewritten so there's more POC, but I'm like, just take it for what it is, and you will enjoy it. If you know you're not going to enjoy it, then you don't have to read it. But me personally, I thought I was not going to like these books. I thought they were going to be more cheesy than they were, but they were actually really, really interesting, and I just personally, I enjoy them. I thought they were going to get 1 star. I gave them 3. I think that's good. All right, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys around very, very shortly. Bye.